Chicago rushing star Walter Payton needs just 60 more yards in his 53rd NFL game to hit the 5,000-yard career mark. Only Jim Brown did it faster. Today he'll be running against a tough Atlanta defense led by Jeff Yates, who replaced the great Claude Humphrey at defensive end and leads the team in tackles. And linebacker Greg Brzezinski, the veteran who leads the team in sacks and anchors one of the real active linebacking corps in the league.
The NFL on CBS. Today's game is sponsored by Ford and your Ford dealer, who invite you to see and test drive the all-new LTD and Mustang. Norelco rotary razors for a close shave with no nicks, no cuts, no gotcha. And by Light Beer, everything you always wanted in a beer and less.
It is 34 degrees at Soldier Field in Chicago, Illinois, where today CBS Sports presents the Atlanta Falcons and the Chicago Bears. Hello, everyone. I'm Tim Ryan with Johnny Morris here at Soldier Field. A bright but very chilly November day as we have two teams in opposite directions. The Falcons have won 5 in a row. The Bears have lost 8 in a row, and certainly the Falcons, with their 7-4 mark, are thinking playoff.
I think they deserve to think so, don't you, Tim? Because
no doubt.
That's right, and especially with the last game that they won, that wild play, Big Ben at the end of the game to beat New Orleans. They've won 5 in a row. They're looking for a little more consistency from their offense, but it's going to be the defense that's on the spot. They have got to stop Walter Payton, and the way they can force fumbles, they're going to try and do it on a cold day like this. This is really the first cold day for both teams. We'll see what happens.
Lehman Bennett, I think, thinks correctly when he says maybe the Bears are due. After all, they've lost 8 games, a team that did not figure to have this kind of a season that they've been having so far. Maybe they're due today to break that loss streak, their worst ever, and I know that today they hope they'll be stopping the Atlanta Falcons. The teams are on the field and about ready to go, and we'll take a look at our officials as we prepare for the opening kickoff. The referee today is Jim Tunney, and the umpire is Pat Harder. Burl Toller, Dale Hamer, Pat Knight, Dick McKenzie, and Don Hakes are the other gentlemen wearing the striped shirts today. The Bears will receive, we are told, and there's about an 8-mile-an-hour wind down on the artificial surface at Soldier Field. So wind should not be too much of a factor, but of course in the fumbleitis department, these cold temperatures could play a big role today. Kicking off for the Atlanta Falcons will be one of their real surprise stars, number 4 from the University of Pennsylvania, Tim Mazzetti. And he has kicked 9 consecutive field goals, including 5 against the Los Angeles Rams in that thrilling win. The Falcons are 7-4. The Bears are 3-8, and trying to turn it around here, as this has been a very disappointing season for them so far. Wentford Gaines, number 36, will be one of the deep men, along with number 84, Brian Bashnagel, and they go back to the 5-yard line of the Chicago Bears.
You know, Tim, that wind can be a little bit deceiving. The flags are kind of moving a little bit more than the 8-mile-an-hour wind announcement, but that one is down to the goal line.
All right. It is taken by Bashnagel. Bashnagel's got running room out over the 30-yard line. Excellent blocking by the Bears, and he battles his way to the 35 where a flag is thrown, and it may be a late hit. So the Chicago Bears will start offensively with this lineup up front. Albrecht and Lick are the tackles. Jackson and Sorey the guards, and Dan Neal is the center. The wide receivers are James Scott, and Golden Richards. The tight end is Greg Latta. It'll be Mike Phipps, his second start at quarterback. Roland Harper and Robert Payton are the running backs.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 36, defense.
Number 36 is Bob Glazebrook, a recently added defensive back playing on the special teams. Unnecessary roughness, and so the Bears have excellent field position at their own 48-yard line, first down. Walter Payton picking up 5, maybe 6 yards, as Payton had a good hole up the middle, and Mike Lewis, number 69, was the man to stop him. Defensively for Atlanta, the 3rd best in the NFC. Yates and Merrow are the ends. Bailey and Lewis are the tackles. A very strong linebacking core. Kuykendall, Pennywell in the middle, and Greg Brazina on the right side. And a secondary with Roland Lawrence, who has 5 interceptions. Bias on the other corner. Pridemore and Reed are the safeties. Second down, about 4 to go. Roland Harper hit at the 45-yard line of Atlanta and got maybe a yard on the play.
And you notice the gang tackling by the Atlanta Falcons. There were 5 men on that tackle. They already have a penalty. In fact, they lead the league in penalties this year, but it's an aggressive type of defense, and it's really been the key to the success of the Atlanta Falcons. This team has had to come from behind game after game after game, and they managed to do it. Now they've got a test because Walter Payton really was hot in the second half last week against Minnesota. We'll see if they stop this drive.
Pridemore led the tackling on the run by Harper. It is 3rd and 3. Mike Phipps at quarterback, gives to Payton. Payton, good blocking on the right side, has the first down to the 41-yard line before Greg Brzezina, the first man to hit him along with Pridemore. Brzezina number 50, Pridemore number 27. You mentioned the Falcons coming from behind. Of their 7 victories, they trailed in 6 of those games, and they're on a 5-game win streak.
And how about last week?
Oh boy,
I think there was 3:20 left. They were on their own 20, and they were down by 2 touchdowns, 17 to 6, I believe it was, and they pulled it off as the Bears get a first down.
Well, he did measure it, but we could see that it was clearly a first down. St. Louis with a shocking lead over Washington, 24-0. Tampa Bay leads Buffalo 10-0 in the second period. First down, Bears at the 42 of Atlanta. Running against the 3rd best defense in the NFC. Payton not get a whole lot, but the length of his body maybe got him a couple of yards, with Greg Brzezina again on the tackle and Jim Bailey, number 72, the left defensive tackle, 9-year man from Kansas. You know, an interesting thing about this defense, 5 of the starters on Atlanta are free agents or waiver people. The highest drafted starter is Kuykendall, the linebacker, who was a number 6 pick in 1975. Second and about 8. Phipps will throw for the first time, complete to Scott. It'll be close to the first down, but I think we better wait on this one. This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League, intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of the telecast without the express written consent of the Chicago Bears and the National Football League is prohibited. It's 3rd and about a yard as Scott was pushed out of bounds at the 34-yard line of Atlanta by Roland Lawrence, the cornerback, number 22. Falcons really bunch in here now in the 3rd and short situation. Payton over the top for the first down, and wow, I tell you, that was like a standing broad jump. He just went right up Johnny Morris and got the first down to the 30.
Yes, I think we ought to put Walter Payton in the high jump in the Olympics. He went up and over. The Falcons had the play stacked up. Such height that he got with that leap and went over for the first down. Walter Payton. Well,
they spotted at the 31-yard line, but it is first down for Chicago as they have taken the ball from the opening kickoff after a good return by Bashnagel. Got them in good field position. Then the penalty tacked on, and they have kept the ball. Payton this time is met right near the line of scrimmage. Got a couple. Mike Lewis, number 69, and Brzezina ranging over, number 50, to put the stop on him inside the 30 of Atlanta.
Atlanta has won the last 5 games that these two teams have played against each other since 1972, and 7 out of the 10 in total. Last year they held Walter Payton to 69 yards rushing, and when you do that, you're doing something, because Walter, even though he's not having as great a year as he had the past couple of years, is up over 1,000 yards. He only needs a few to break Gale Sayers' record.
Falcons won that game last year in their last meeting, 16-10. Second down, 8 yards to go. Draw play. Harper got a yard, maybe 2. Right at the middle of the Atlanta front. Getting up from the bottom there is number 59. That is Robert Pennywell, the middle linebacker. First man to hit him. Pennywell, an interesting story. 3rd-year man from Grambling. He's a free agent. Came from San Francisco and beat out Ralph Ortega. He got a chance to start when Ortega was hurt. When Ortega got healthy, he couldn't get back in as a starter.
I think Walter Payton's next yard rushing will break Gale Sayers' career record with the Chicago Bears, second place on the all-time list.
Third down, about 7 to go as the Bears try to keep this drive alive. A 3-4 defense, busted play. Phipps is stopped at the line of scrimmage, and Johnny, I feel compelled to comment that this is typical of what has happened to the Bears in losses all season long. When they've needed the big play, something bad has happened to them, and here on third down, busted play.
Yes, and now they're going to have a 4th down situation, and it looks like they're going to go for the field goal. And this has been the difference between these two teams this year. Atlanta, when they've had to come up with the play, had to do it. The Falcons did it. The Bears, over this 8-game losing streak, have been in all these games, but have not come up with a big play.
Well, here they have a good opening drive, but it's stopped by the Falcons at the 28-yard line, and it'll be Bob Thomas attempting the field goal from the 35. A 45-yard try, and it is wide. He had the distance, but it is wide, and so the Bears come up empty. The Falcons stop them on the opening series, and with 10:02 remaining here in the first quarter, we are scoreless.
These are two of today's newest razors. The one on the right is the new Norelco rechargeable rotary razor. This one has 2 blades and pivots up and down. The new Norelco 36 blades in 3 adjustable floating heads and a new shaving angle. Both give you a close shave. But the new Norelco rechargeable lets you walk away from soap and water. Of course, they do give you one thing Norelco doesn't. Gotcha. The new Norelco rechargeable rotary razor. Still no gotcha. Phantom of the night. Elegant. Elusive. Introducing the Phantom Cat. A bold, distinctive Mercury Cougar XR7 in midnight blue and chamois. With a hauntingly beautiful new face. Elegantly styled. Deeply cushioned. A luxurious Mercury Cougar XR7 called the Phantom Cat.
Isn't this your year to join the cat set?
So it'll be first down for the Atlanta Falcons at the line of scrimmage, where the Bears gave it up on the missed field goal. That is the 28-yard line of Atlanta. Walter Payton is now tied with Walter Sayers on the Bears rushing, with Gale Sayers on the Bears rushing list. And the first down play was flagged down as Bubba Bean, number 44, running right ahead behind the right guard, Thielman, and the center Van Note picked up about 7 yards, but let's see what the flag is. Reeves and Page on the tackle for the Bears.
It's going to be a holding penalty against Atlanta. They've had some problems on offense. You know that's for sure when you're 14th in the NFC in total offense. They just haven't had that consistency that they'd like to have, but as I mentioned, they have come up with some big plays.
So they set back now at the 18-yard line, and Atlanta will try from there with Steve Bartkowski bringing them out. Slot formation left. Bean and Stanback are the running backs. Bean 44, Stanback 24. Steve Bartkowski. Bubba Bean again. Got near the 20-yard line. Good defensive play by Mike Hartenstein, number 73, and Alan Page, number 82, on the right side of that Chicago Bears defense. Offensively, along the front, that young offensive line, Ken and Bryant the tackles, Scott and Thielman are the guards, Jeff Van Note the veteran at center, Wallace Francis, Billy Rickman are the wide receivers, Jim Mitchell the tight end. Bean and Stanback 44 and 24 with Steve Bartkowski. Reeves out of the lineup, Buckensturm in for the Bears defensively, and it's tipped by Tommy Hart, intended for Rickman, coming back against the flow, and Tommy Hart coming in that left side unimpeded. Got a hand on the ball. So the Bears come up with a good defensive play, and there is the Chicago defensive line. Tommy Hart is number 53. On the other side is number 73, Mike Hartenstein. Osborne and Page are the tackles. Buffone, Reeves, and Campbell are the linebackers, and a secondary of Terry Schmidt and Virgil Ivers on the corners. Len Wallerscheid replacing Doug Plank at safety. Plank with an ankle injury. And Gary Fensick. Bartkowski. Incomplete. And whether that was a busted pattern or not, we don't know. The nearest man offensively was Mitchell, the tight end. Down deep was Alfred Jackson, the speedster, number 85, but the ball was thrown closest to Terry Schmidt of the Chicago Bears. So Atlanta will punt. What's your guess, John?
I think there was just a little bit of a mix-up on the pattern there. Bartkowski was rushed. He was getting it from both sides, and he released the ball hoping that a receiver might adjust his pattern and come back. They were lucky they didn't get an interception that time.
Virgil Livers standing on the 40-yard line. Lenny Wallerscheid back there to receive as John James hits it from the 11-yard line. Livers Inside the 50, hit at the 49-yard line of Atlanta. First man to get him was number 25, running back Ray Strong. And so the Bears again with good field position. When we return here, 9:05 to play first period. No score.
Welcome everybody to the light beer battle of the big guys. And there they are, two teams locked in mortal combat to decide the eternal argument over light beer from Miller. On one side, the big guys who think the best thing about light is it tastes great. Yeah, it tastes great. Tastes great. On the other side, the big guys who think the best thing about light is it has a third less calories than their regular beer. It's less filling. Less filling. Less filling.
I feel strongly both ways.
I tell you, this is really no respect. Blue is the violet and red is the rose. You don't pull, I'm gonna break your nose.
The tension here is almost unbearable.
Oh, you guys.
They can't go on much longer. Something big has got to happen soon. Holy cow, look at that.
Hi, Mickey.
Hi, dolls.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
I still don't know why they asked me to do this commercial.
Harold Robbins' bestseller, The Pirate, becomes a powerful television event. Starting Tuesday on CBS, Harold Robbins, The Pirate.
The Chicago Bears offense, as we see New Orleans in front of Dallas 7-0 in the first period. And we mentioned that with 16 yards, looking at that score, Washington on the board. With 16 yards, Walter Payton has now reached 4,956 to tie Gale Sayers as the Bears' second most prolific rusher in Chicago history. First down, Chicago at the 49 of Atlanta. Phipps to throw on first down and intended for Richards. He was open. The ball a little bit behind him, went off his arm, incomplete. Rick Bias on the coverage, number 38, the right cornerback. He's got 2 interceptions. Missed the second half of last week's game against New Orleans with a thigh injury, but starting today for Atlanta. Last week, the Bears lost to Minnesota, 17-14, their 8th loss in a row. Well, the Falcons came up with that late victory over New Orleans, 20-17. Second down and 10. Phipps sideliner. It looked like it might have been tipped, and it was intended for James Scott, and Scott made the grab. No, he did not. Incomplete. Incomplete.
Rollin Lawrence was right there. The pass was a little bit short. He was on the coverage very well. The Bears to throw now on first and second down, which they haven't done that much during the season.
Looked like maybe an outstretched hands of a rusher might have tipped that ball a little bit as it took a dive towards Scott. Made a good effort. He got down on the ball, couldn't squeeze it. Third down. Here come the Falcons blitzing, and Phipps gets out of there nicely. He'll have to run it, and is going to be short of the first down. Got to the 40-yard line. And the Falcons had the rush on. Fawina, the man to finally stop him. Good effort by Phipps against the blitz. But again, the Bears will have to give up the ball.
Even though Phipps got some yardage, the Falcons did what they wanted. They put the pressure on, ruined the pass pattern, and have forced the Bears to punt. The Falcons love to blitz. They'll do half the time, 60% of the time in a game. And sometimes you'll give up big plays, but sometimes it can cause big plays.
Parsons standing at the 45. Now hits it from the 49-yard line. Fair catch called for by Billy Rickman. And they spot it at the 13 of the Atlanta Falcons, where Atlanta will take over when we return with 8:11 remaining now in the first quarter. And still no score here at very chilly Soldier Field in Chicago.
You know me? Of course you do. I am money. Your money. You work for me. So hard. What's so funny? You should have me working for you.
An IDS representative can get tough with money. Put it to work with a personalized financial plan. We've done it for 80 years for business and for people just like you. IDS. We help people manage money.
Leonardo da Vinci for Spidell watches.
They call me the greatest inventor ever, next to Tom Edison. But even I never dreamed of this beautiful Spidell chronograph. It gives me the time and date, but also 4 stopwatch functions. Great gift, Mona. Very inventive. Say, you have a beautiful Spidell digital, too.
Edison gave it to me.
Spidell's beautiful new digitals. Very inventive gifts.
The New York Jets led this game early, but New England has come back to lead 10-7 at the half. Tim Ryan and Johnny Morris here in Chicago, where Atlanta has first down. We are scoreless still in the first period. First down at their own 13-yard line. Bean and Stanback are the running backs. Straight ahead out to the 20-yard line. Bubba Bean. Stanback make it, number 24. And got to the 20 for a gain of about 7, maybe 8 yards. Let's call it 2nd and 3. Reeves on the tackle, number 57.
Alfred Jackson has just brought in a play from the sidelines. The Falcons shuttle in their plays with Alfred bringing in. Let's see if they try a pass.
This is Bean. Good hole off tackle. Bubba Bean, and he breaks through Terry Schmidt over the 30-yard line to the 32. Fine run. And a first down Atlanta as they come from the shadow of their goal line after the 38-yard punt by Parsons set him back to the 13. Let's see it again.
Bubba Bean is not a real big back, but he's shifty. He gets through the hole and then turns it on here and almost runs over Terry Schmidt, 44, and gets a couple of extra yards out of it. They're not big backs, but they're nifty small backs. They've been averaging about 3.3 per carry, and they'd like to get that running game going a little bit better.
Bubba Bean, 5'11", 195 from Texas A&M. And Bartkowski will throw wide open as Mitchell, the tight end. Mitchell rolling over the 50 to the 45 of Chicago. Good pass play as Mitchell had all kinds of room. Fensick finally tackled him. Bartkowski on the mark has a first down in Chicago territory.
Mitchell got a couple of steps on Fensick, number 45. You'll see coming from behind there 2 or 3 yards. And, of course, when Big Jim gets a hold of that ball, he's a big man, and Fensick grabs him from behind, and finally they pull him down, but not before he goes forward for a couple of 3 more yards. So the Falcons have their second first down in a row.
A 23-yard gain. Set what running back up on the wing? That's Stanback. And they give it to Bean. Same play to the left this time, but the Bears shut this one down. That is Gary Campbell, number 59, on the tackle after a gain of about 2.
There are some Chicago Bears on the sideline studying those plays.
You can see them down in that little dugout they have here at Soldier Field, so that the players are below the level of the fans along the sideline seats, the ones closest to the playing surface. It is 2nd and about 8 for Atlanta. They are driving, coming smartly out of their own zone. It started at their own 13. Stanback inside the 35 to the 33-yard line.
And I'll tell you, the Atlanta Falcons interior of their line is really blocking. Watch this play as you see the entire Bear defense go backwards as the Falcons, there you can see the block on Reeves by Van Note, pushing him back. Jim Osborne is on his back, and here comes Stanback. They drove them back 5 yards before the back made any contact with a defensive player. Good blocking by the interior line of the Atlanta Falcons, and that's a young line too, isn't it? Very young.
It sure is, a real young line, and they've got high hopes for the future with them. So it is first down again, and this is Stanback, number 24, and the Bears shut him down right at the line of scrimmage. It was Waldershot and Fensick coming up to make the tackle. Alan Page over there also, number 82, and a gain of about 2 yards. The Giants leading Philadelphia 14-6 in the second period.
Joe
and
Pizarzik.
San Diego and Minnesota tied 7.
And Pizarzik has thrown a couple of touchdown passes for the Giants.
Philadelphia, tough team defensively. The ball at the 31-yard line of Chicago. Atlanta on the move. There is no score. We're in the first period. Play action. Bartkowski with time, and that's overthrown. There was good coverage downfield on Rickman. Reeves and Livers were both down there. Double coverage on Rickman.
They had him short and deep. Livers stayed with him as he came down, made a move, came back towards the ball like a good receiver should. But Reeves was there in front of him, and Bartkowski did a good job of just throwing the ball over everybody.
The Bears send in Wentford Gaines, an extra defensive back, and they take out number 57 Reeves and send in Bruce Herron, number 51 at linebacker. Third down. Falcons trying to keep their drive alive. They're in the I formation. Bartkowski is sacked. It was Alan Page, number 82, coming in the right side, beating Dave Scott to get in there and sack Bartkowski.
Yes, he beat Scott. You can see Page is so quick. He got around Scott before he could put the block on him, and down went Bartkowski. That's been a problem for the Falcons this year. They have more sacks than anybody in the league. I think it's 38. That's a lot of time for a quarterback to be sacked in 11 games.
So back at the 41-yard line, the 39, pardon me, the line of scrimmage, and it'll be James standing at his own 46, awaiting the snap. Hitting it from the Bears 49, angling for the sideline, and it's going to bounce into the end zone.
He downed it, but in the end zone, he had his fundamentals down. He got him.
About a yard inside the end zone, so it'll come out to the 20, and the Bears will begin from there after stopping Atlanta's first thrust. We have 4:01 remaining first quarter, and we are still scoreless.
Our little cats from Lincoln Mercury are tough on competition. Starting with October 6th production, our Bobcat wagons have more standard equipment than last year. And Bobcat's sticker price as shown is $41.42. Yet comparably equipped, it's $161 less than a 78. Right on, Bobcat. Zephyr wagon, comparably equipped, is priced over $500 less than Toyota Corona wagon and rated 23 cubic feet roomier. That's great, Zephyr. You'll find big values at the sign of the little cat.
Take any razor available in America. Any razor. Now there's an electric shaver that will shave as close or your money back. The Remington XLR. Remington can guarantee a close shave because only Remington has this remarkable 3-part system. The first head shaves close, the second closer. The unique intercept cutter is designed to shave longer hairs. The Remington XLR. It shaves as close as a blade or your money back.
Next Saturday on the CBS Sports Spectacular, see highlights of the LA Times 500, plus the world's strongest men competition. You'll say, you saw it on CBS Sports.
First down, Chicago Bears from their own 20, following the John James punt into the end zone. We are scoreless. Tim Ryan and Johnny Morris at Soldier Field in Chicago. Mike Phipps is the Chicago Bears quarterback. Peyton and Harper, the running backs, and they shift to the pro set. Miscount there, but
yes.
Phipps sideliner complete to Golden Richards. A flag is down, however, at the line of scrimmage as he is out of bounds at the 27 of Chicago.
They had a missed snap there. Either Phipps wasn't expecting it as soon as he got it, or he expected it sooner, and it caused him to hesitate. And I think that messed up the timing and also messed up the rules because they're getting penalized.
Here's the call.
Holding offense number 52, 10 yards, still first down.
That was Dan Neal, 52. He did two things wrong, I think, on that play. He figured, well, we're getting a penalty. I might as well make sure that my man doesn't make the tackle.
So they're back at the 10-yard line, 1st and 20. No score.
Oh, they're up there for the blitz. Let's see what they do. They back out.
Walter Payton, and breaking through was Fawina, number 74, that forced Payton into traffic, and he got to the line of scrimmage. Stopped right there, and this very active Atlanta defense, Neil Armstrong, the Bears coach, said you just never know where they're coming at you from. Greg Brazina leads the team in sacks, but they get a lot of help. The linebackers are coming often. They bring the safeties up. Frank Reed gets in on a lot of action for them, and they're just a very active team defensively.
Yes, Kuykendall's all over the place. He's been in on 193 tackles this year. That's a lot of tackles.
So it is 2nd down, still 20, no gain on that play. Payton trying to get outside, and he's swarmed under again, just over the line of scrimmage. Pennywell, the middle linebacker, number 59, and number 52, Dewey McClain, the extra linebacker, in the 2nd and long. Put the tackle on him.
Well, Walter Payton is having a tough time getting that 16 yards to beat Sayers' record. As you see, he comes from the eye, dips out, and then there is a host of Atlanta Falcons. Kuykendall, McClain, everybody. Reed gets in on it. That's gang tackling. That's Atlanta defense.
Well, unofficially, with that pickup, he just passed. Walter Payton just passed Gale Sayers by about 1.5 yards. All-time Chicago career rushing. Rick Caceres, of course, still the leader in that department. This is Roland Harper. Quick opener out to the 20-yard line. Brazina, number 50, made the tackle. But the Chicago Bears will have to punt again. 4th down at the 20.
Good tackle by Brzezina, or Harper would have had a lot of big yardage right up the middle.
Greg Brzezina, 12th year man from Houston, drafted in the 11th round back in 1968. And we said at the top of the show he anchors a young linebacking core. Pennywell, just a 3rd year man. Kuykendall, a 4th year man. And a pass play. Flags down everywhere, a bunch of flags, and a baby interference that was intended for Wentford Gaines, number 36. Parsons has thrown the ball before, Johnny, but not for a while.
He has thrown it 7 or 8 times in his career and completed most of them. That one was not going to be complete, except they got a little bit excited there, and they're calling interference and going to give the Chicago Bears a 1st down. That's a pretty gutsy place to go with the fake punt.
Pass interference, defense. Pavlik. 1st down.
Jim Tunney, the referee, calls the pass interference call. 1st down for the Bears at the 34. There's another look.
Looked like it was Frank Reed.
That's
who
right.
had dropped out of the line. They had 10 men on the line, dropped a couple off for coverage, and Frank Reed was called on the penalty.
So the Bears pull one out of the hat. 4th down in their own zone. This is Walter Payton trying to go back the other way as he saw all those white shirts that got only to the line of scrimmage before Jeff Yates, number 79, and Fulton Kuykendall, number 54, stopped him. Maybe a half a yard on the play. Ball at the 35 of Chicago. A little razzle-dazzle early from the Bears. You might expect to see that kind of a play a little farther up the field, but I think the surprise element there helped the Bears.
Well, when you've lost 8 straight, what the heck?
Take a shot, you bet. 2nd and 9, play action. Phipps under pressure is sacked. Look at that, 3 Falcons in there, led by Jeff Yates, number 79. Merrill, number 75, is there. I mean, they were pouring in. Fauina, number 74. All the way back to the 21, John.
And just straight a 4-man rush with 6 blockers, and the Falcons were able to get through. Yates is the man who did the big damage, and of course Merrill was there too. He's had some toe problems, but anyway, the Atlanta Falcons up to their defensive tricks against the Chicago Bears. The Falcons allowed only, I think, 129 points last year, and in the last 4 games have only allowed 34, so that's good defense.
You bet, and only 256 yards a game have they given up. They're 3rd behind the Rams and Dallas in the NFC defensively. Phipps forced out of the pocket and is dropped again just at the 22-yard line. And this Falcons defense dominating. Kuykendall, the man to bring him down, and Chicago will have to punt again.
There's a 2-on-1 blocking situation. Good coverage downfield was the key there. And here comes Kuykendall. Phipps faked the pass there, and Kuykendall went through with his tackle.
Well, does he pass this time, Johnny? He's now standing at his 8-yard line.
I'll tell you what, that would take courage.
Bob Parsons, there is no score nearing the end of the 1st period. He just got it away.
Short.
Rickman takes it on the fly and out of bounds inside the 40-yard line of Chicago. Billy Rickman, number 82. And so the Atlanta Falcons will have excellent field position here with 1st down. Thanksgiving Day, the family sports special on CBS at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Dick Stockton co-hosts with Shelley Bruce, the star of the Broadway hit musical Annie. Special guest will be Nadia Comaneci, an Olympic figure skating star, gold medalist John Curry. That's the Thanksgiving Day family sports special, 1 p.m. Eastern Time here on CBS. 1st down, play action. Bartkowski got lots of time, going deep. Intended for Rickman, and it's intercepted. Lenny Walterscheid picks it off in the end zone. Lenny Walterscheid, number 23.
Rickman ran a stop and go on Virgil Livers. Went down about 10 yards to fake the turn in, and then turned up the field. You saw the pump by Bartkowski, and the pass was there, but so was Livers, who recovered, and there was Walterscheid with the interception, kind of like what Atlanta did to New Orleans last week when Alfred Jackson caught the deflected pass for the touchdown. This time it went against him. Good defense by the Bears, but the Falcons did come out pumping, didn't they? 1st down on the 40.
So the Bears have it again. 1st down at their own 20-yard line. We have just 3 seconds remaining here in the 1st period at Soldier Field. Nobody yet to score. Payton at the middle of that Atlanta defense, and nothing at all. And the gun sounds. That's the end of the first quarter with the score. The Atlanta Falcons nothing and the Chicago Bears nothing.
Homeward bound, coast of New England.
You got 6'2" feet.
The Navy. See a recruiter or call toll-free. It's not just a job, it's an adventure.
Ladies and gentlemen, we challenged hotshot Dick Tchaikovsky to play the Mattel Electronics football game. Dick doesn't know. Inside is a tiny thinking computer that plays like a whole team of pros. Dick's got the ball, but that computer defense is tough. He drives up the middle, stopped cold.
1 yard.
Now, Dick cuts left, down the sidelines, touchdown! Mattel Electronics Pocket Football with the built-in computer.
Hey, who's in there?
Owens Corning built these 3 houses at its research center in Ohio to study the effect of 3 different levels of insulation. Nobody lives inside, but hundreds of electronic sensing devices measure the heat that flows out during winter and in during summer. What we're learning here helps us give you better advice about insulating your home, whether it's old or brand new. Want to know about insulation? Ask the experts. Ask Owens Corning.
Tim Ryan and Johnny Morris at Soldier Field in Chicago. We are about to begin the second period, and there is no score. The Bears have it 2nd and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Mike Phipps, the quarterback, came in the second half against Seattle 2 weeks ago, replacing Bob Avellini. He's been the starter for a long time here for the Bears. Phipps got the start last week. Bears lost to Minnesota. He's the starter again today. Harper, Payton, the running backs, jumping into the pro set. Payton at the top of your screen. Phipps to throw. Sideliner. Complete to Golden Richards. Hit immediately by Roland Lawrence, number 22, and knocked out of bounds at the 24-yard line. 3rd and 6. And Richards gets up a little slowly. He is playing with hurt ribs, has been for several weeks.
Brian Bashnagle comes in. That was a play where both teams executed perfectly. There's nothing that Lawrence could do about that. He comes down 5 yards, turns out. The pass was right there. The timing was perfect. The defense was perfect. That's football. That's the way it's supposed to be played.
Now again, the 3rd down conversion try for the Bears, trying to keep the drive alive out of their own zone. 3rd and 6 at the 24. Draw play, Payton. Payton is stopped at the 25-yard line after a gain of only a yard. And so again, Atlanta rises up and stops the Bears, who once more will have to punt. Pennywell and Kuykendall, the linebackers, combining on the tackle.
What did you announce the temperature? 34?
34 and going down,
yeah.
I said, too.
Yes, you were correct, going down.
I haven't seen a new one yet. Maybe we'll get that. My toes are telling me it's colder. I can guarantee you that. Parsons standing at his 11-yard line and hits it from the 16.
Oh.
Good kick. Rickman likes to return him. He gets to the 45-yard line of Atlanta. Wentford Gaines, number 36, with Don Reeves on the tackle. And so Atlanta will have first down in pretty good field position when we return early in the second quarter, still scoreless.
Hey, nice. Where'd you get it?
Avis Rent-A-Car.
Avis introduces rent-a-cars you wish you owned, like the Chevy Caprice.
I think I'll park it myself.
The Cadillac Sedan DeVille. The Olds Cutlass. Buick Regal. The Pontiac Grand Prix. Rent-a-cars you wish you owned. Avis now features GM cars.
Avis, we don't know another way.
You know, for too long now, bowlers have been left out of light beer commercials, and football players have been grabbing all the glory. But bowlers know light beer from Miller tastes great. We know light's got 1/3 less calories than the regular beer. We know light's less filling. Bowlers love light just as much as football players.
That's right.
And we also love the easy opening can.
You sure
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
There is Lehman Bennett, head coach of the Atlanta Falcons, and certainly has to be pleased with the performance of his football team. His defense has been carrying the load. He's got a young offensive line that he has confidence in. They can only get better as they go along. Bartkowski getting better every week and staying healthy so far. And they have first down. Bubba Bean, loose ball, and recovered, it appeared, by Scott, number 70. The ball popped up, and Dave Scott alertly grabbed it to keep possession for Atlanta.
That's when things are going your way. There's Bubba into the line, puts his head down. There's no reason that one should have been fumbled, but all of a sudden up it comes, and there's Mr. Scott right there. Says, give me that ball. I'm going to get the run from scrimmage. And he even got a half a yard.
Alan Page was the man who put the hit on and was right there, and Scott saw the ball come down before Page did. Turns into a half-yard gain. Second down. This is stand back. Oh, what a fine tackle. Number 74. That was Jerry Myers with the tackle for the Bears right at the line of scrimmage.
Good tackle by Jerry Moore as you look at the 7-0 Baltimore score over Cleveland, and Seattle 3-0 over Kansas City. Jerry Myers, I said Jerry Moore, used to play for the Chicago Bears, but Myers is in for Tommy Hart. And the Bears are using basically a 4-man front because they've had so many linebackers banged up. They used to like to run the 3-4 all the time.
Aaron is in on the left side, linebacker number 51, replacing Buffon, and here come the Bears. Flags are down, up the middle, complete. On the coverage, Lenny Walderscheid. Let's see what the flags are going to produce here. It was Mitchell, the tight end, making the reception for first down yardage.
I think the Bears jumped offside too soon, unless it was a procedure penalty against the Falcons and they were drawn offsides, and that looks like that's going to be the call, illegal procedure.
Preliminary signal against Atlanta, and referee Jim Tunney will give us the official word momentarily as he discusses it with the Chicago Bears. And Mitchell had the first down yardage, so a tough break for Atlanta here.
Illegal motion was declined. Holding was accepted. Number 57, center. 10 yards, still third down.
Jeff Van Note called for holding. The penalty accepted by the Bears. So Van Note and Neal, his counterpart on the Bears, have each picked up a holding penalty so far. They're even in that department. It is third down. 20 yards to go. The ball at the 35-yard line of Atlanta. Wide left is Rickman. Bartkowski has time. Up the middle to Rickman, complete. He juggled it and held on and has the first down by a yard. Walderscheid and Livers on the coverage.
Good play. The Bears try a little crisscross. Watch 68 Jim Osborne and 82 Alan Page, but the Falcons picked it up, and then Bartkowski hung his ground. Now watch Rickman hang the ball, and then it juggled, but he kept his eyes on it, and Livers finally makes the tackle. A crucial third down play. They had third and 20 to go, and they got it.
Billy Rickman, a little guy, as NFL standards go, 5'11", only 170 pounds, a second-year man from Louisiana Tech. Sideliner. That's complete. Rickman again to the 36-yard line of Chicago. Terry Schmidt, the cornerback, number 44 on the coverage. We mentioned Don Reeves earlier in the game, starting at linebacker. Of course, Tom Hicks gone to injured reserve, injured in the Seattle game 2 weeks ago for the Bears, joining Alan Ellis from the Bears defense, and Wayman Bryant, both on injured reserve. So they've been banged up, and today Doug Plank is out of action with an ankle injury. Bubba Bean gets back to the line of scrimmage and picks up about 4 after it looked like it might be dropped for a loss. Gary Campbell with the pressure. And did he get the first down? Yes, he did. What a good effort. Fine effort by Bean. And so Atlanta threatening now at the Bears 32.
The Bears are also missing Doug Plank, one of their defensive backs, has a bad ankle. He's one of the hardest hitters in the league, as most football observers know.
Atlanta comes out in the I formation on first down at the 32.
Oh, wide open.
Complete to Bubba Bean. Bean bulls his way into the 15-yard line before Terry Schmidt stops him. Good-looking drive by the Falcons.
Well, they had a mistake in the Bear defense that time, and from the reaction of Don Rees, 57, it was supposed to be his responsibility to get out there. Either that or he's covering up for somebody else, and Bubba Bean got the reception, got a few extra yards out of it, and the Falcons are on the 15-yard line.
Muckensturm has come in to replace Reeves. The middle linebacker, Muckensturm, number 58. Wide right goes Rickman. Steve Bartkowski at the controls. Bubba Bean straight ahead. Inside the 10. Good hole behind Scott and Van Note. Alan Page made the tackle. Picked up about 5 on the play. Osborne in on the stop as well, number 68.
From this drive, you wouldn't believe the Falcons have been having trouble on offense.
No, this has been a most impressive drive. The Bears had the ball for the majority of time in the first period. Neither team able to score. Thomas missed a 45-yard field goal try. 2nd and 5 at the 10.
Oh.
That is Ricky Patton, number 33, out the right side before he was tripped up by Myers, number 74. Ricky Patton on his first carry gets a big one.
A nice move by Patton, too, as he dipped outside of Muckensturm, who closed down, and then managed to get a few extra yards out of it. Ricky Patton, I believe, is from Jackson State. Broke a couple of Walter Payton's records, believe it or not, down there at Jackson State.
Patton came into the game with 172 yards rushing on 54 carries. 12th round pick this year, and nearly cut back in training camp, but just kind of hung in there, made the club, and running behind Haskell Standback. 3rd down. They need 2 for the first, and it looks like Bubba Bean is very close to it. Myers again the tackle. Reeves was there, number 57, and they spot the ball right on the 5-yard line. That may require a measurement. No, it does not. It is 1st and goal, Atlanta. 1st and goal. We have 8:50 remaining here in the second period. 4 new defensive men come in for the Bears. Muckensturm, Rydalch, Brad Shearer. Now Schmidt comes in, replacing Wallerscheid, so they've got their goal line defense in. 1st and goal at the 5. In motion is Jackson. Standback, number 24, trying to get wide, can't do it. Turned in by Terry Schmidt and Muckensturm, who broke up the blocking. And they lost 2. So it'll be 2nd and goal from the 7, in fact, close to the 8.
The Bears are making wholesale substitutions. We can't keep up with them all. But anyway, Muckensturm is coming off. So is Brad Shearer and Rydalch.
Buffon has gone back in. Wallerscheid's gone back in.
See, they're figuring that the Falcons will go to the air now with a 2nd and goal from the 7, that they'll try a couple of passes.
Slot formation left. Let's see if they do. One setback. It's a draw play. Standback. He's got running room and is down at about the 1. Lenny Wallerscheid on the tackle. Nice play.
It certainly was a passing situation. They go with the draw play, and you can see Standback come back this way. He gets by Gary Campbell, 59, with a nice deke. Good blocking downfield. Almost gets to the end zone. This is a big play. 3rd and a little less than a yard to go.
The ball at the 1-yard line, and the big guys are back in defensively for the Bears. Rydalch and Shearer come in up front. 3rd and goal. We have no score in this game. Atlanta is on the doorstep. In motion goes Standback. The give is to Bean. Bean is stopped short of the goal line. Gary Campbell, number 59, kept him from going in. Shearer was there also, number 72. Let's see it.
There you can see the Bears stack it up, and they chose to not go up and over. When you're down that close, you got to gun that back straight ahead and fly up and over. You're going to get a half a yard.
Alfred Jackson brings in the play from Lehman Bennett's coaching staff. It is 4th and still a yard to the Chicago end zone. It is Standback, and he has been stopped short. The Chicago Bears have stopped the Atlanta Falcons on 2 shots from the 1-yard line. And that should give them a lift. Rideout is there, number 76. Page, 82. Shearer, 72.
And here is a perfect view of it. You will see if he makes it across the end zone. He does not.
The guys came around this morning and said, Bobby, want to play some ball? So I changed into my jeans. 100% cotton denim, naturally tough, naturally comfortable. Sears calls them fitting jeans, and they're made with Sanford-set, so they resist wrinkles and shrinking. They stay looking neat. See, I know Mary Ellen walks by here every day. When you're looking at blue jeans, check the label. Make sure you're looking at 100% cotton denim.
The all-new Sexy Capri, full instrumentation, 4 on the floor, sticker price under $4,700.
That's a miracle.
I believe in miracles. Why you brought you sexy thing?
Or Capri RS with radial sport suspension standard.
That's a miracle.
I believe in miracles.
New Capri Turbo RS, the ultimate Capri, complete with turbocharged power.
That's a miracle.
I believe in miracles. Why you brought you sexy thing?
At the sign of the cat.
NFL action begins next Sunday with the NFL Today, followed by a full slate of regional games. You'll say, you saw it on CBS Sports.
We're looking at the Chicago skyline from Soldier Field on this very chilly day. Temperatures at kickoff time were 34 degrees.
I got news for you. It's about 24 now.
It has to be. It is first down after an inspiring goal line stand by the Bears. The ball is at about the 1-foot line. They have a double tight end offense with Robin Earl, a big fullback, on the wing. Peyton and Harper in the backfield. Phipps just diving straight ahead, trying to get something out of there. Give them a little more operating room, and he picked up a couple of yards. Must be a frightening feeling to be the quarterback, having to make a first down call from your 1-foot line.
There's his vantage point, 99.5 yards to go, just a quarterback sneak. He managed to get a couple of yards, and I still can't understand why more teams stand back. They could have had that touchdown if the back goes up and over. It's a lost art.
Atlanta with 2 tries from the 1-yard line could not get it in. This is Walter Payton, and he's met right at the line of scrimmage. The Falcons defense, which has been impressive as usual. Pennywell and Kuykendall, the linebackers on the tackle. Kuykendall number 54, Pennywell number 59.
Okay, a 3rd and 6 situation. Do you try and pass? You're going to be passing from your end zone. You've lost 8 in a row. You want to play some football, get some points on the board, get these fans excited. You throw the ball. If you want to play it conservative, you run.
Falcons sent in Wilson Fawina. He's their pass rusher, along with another linebacker, Dewey McClain. And the Bears choose to run it out the right side. Walter
There
Payton,
come the Boo Birds.
Stopped by Frank Reed, the safety coming up, and Chicago will have to punt. We are still scoreless with 4:43 remaining here in the second period. Parsons will be in his end zone. Billy Rickman standing at midfield awaiting the punt. Rickman has looked eager to return every punt so far. Let's see what he does this time. That's what Parsons got to face. Good kick. Excellent kick. Taken right at midfield by Rickman. He's got a little running room. Rickman gets all the way inside the 30-yard line. A good return for Rickman. Gary Campbell finally stopped him. And Atlanta has another opportunity here. They'll have a first down inside the Chicago 30.
Welcome to our people-pleasing places.
Mr. Carlin, your briefcase.
Meet our people-pleasing faces.
Holiday Inn hotels are #1 in the world with the best standards.
Everything all right, sir?
Everything's just fine. People-pleasing standards to help make your trip successful.
Wherever you go in this whole big traveling world.
We want to make you comfortable.
Holiday Inn is #1 in people-pleasing.
We'd like you to meet State Farm car insurance agent Mike Little, State Farm homeowners agent
State Farm Life Agent and State Farm Health Agent Mike Little.
When it comes to family insurance, your State Farm agent is one agent who does the work of four. And that makes things a lot easier for you. Just one agent to tell your needs to. Just one agent to call when you need help.
And like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Oh, there he is. Look at that move. He's not cold. He's got a lot of extra there, so he will never be cold.
Yeah, I'd say he's got a little advantage there on body heat.
That's a Chicago Bear fan. There's nothing like him.
Win, lose, or tie, he's here every week. Atlanta first down at the 30-yard line of Chicago. An excellent return by Billy Rickman of the punt from Parsons, which was a good one from the end zone all the way out to the 50-yard line. Slot formation left for Atlanta. Bubba Bean cutting back against the grain, gets in near the 25-yard line. Don Reeves, the middle linebacker, 57, made the stop. He picked up 5, and on 9 carries has 34 yards rushing. Stanback has rushed 7 times for 20 yards. Bartkowski is 4 of 8 passing.
Jerry Muckensturm and Bruce Herron have come in for Buffon and Reeves. They're a little bit more mobile. Doug is playing with that bad ankle, and Muckensturm is more mobile than Reeves.
Bears will change their defensive personnel on almost every play. Bartkowski to Jim Mitchell at tight end, first down. A good one-handed grab by Mitchell, bringing it in with Fensick on the coverage. Just flaring off the tight end position. Falcons have moved the ball very well and just were unable to get it in from the 1-yard line on the last drive.
Here's Gary Fensick, who does lead the team in tackles, covering a big man, Jim Mitchell, the tight end. And he does what he can only do here. Is the pass is complete, hit him and make sure he goes down. Hit him low. Those big men will fall just as easy if you hit him low, and it doesn't hurt as much.
236-pound, 11-year man, Jim Mitchell in Prairie View. First down. This is Bubba Bean cutting back, squirting over the 15-yard line to about the 14. Finally, Muckensturm and Page get underneath him to stop him.
Bean is doing a nice job of cutting back against the grain, and he's getting 3 or 4 extra yards every time he does that. A lot of screen blocks taking place in there, and he's just sifting in behind them.
He was on injured reserve with a knee injury last year, and so far coming into the game at 424 yards rushing. Look at this.
Oh!
Not noted for his running. Big Steve Bartkowski gets inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Does he have a first down? Let's see whether yes, he does.
He just couldn't reach him, so Big Steve says, I'll pick him up and lay him down myself, back like the old days of California.
Well, I don't think he was ever noted as a runner, and of course, he's had his knees banged up, but he's a great competitor, this young man. He just wants so badly to do well, and the last 5 games the Falcons have won, he's just looked sharper and sharper each game, and they have first and goal again. Let's see what Atlanta can do here. Bean trying to get outside, and Jerry Myers, number 74, with an outstanding tackle, pulls him down at the 10.
Good play by Jerry Myers from Northern Illinois. Tommy Hart's been hurt quite a bit this year. He's had a bad shin and he's had a bad knee. It gives Myers a chance to play, and the Bears are playing with the 4-man front much more than the 3-man front because of injuries to linebackers. As we see that we're down to the 2-minute warning. We'll be back in just a moment. Score, 0-0.
Give a man a couple of days to himself and a Black & Decker workmate, and there's almost nothing he can't do. You can pound on it, saw on it, hammer on it, and sand on it. The sturdy vice jaws do the holding for you. You can clamp on it, paint on it, cut a shape on it, drive a screw on it.
Features found in JCPenney's remarkable MCS Series 75-watt receiver. Features like a graphic equalizer with LED readouts, an FM multipath deviation meter, an LED signal strength meter. JCPenney's MCS Series 75-watt receiver. Think of it.